Well, the London event is over. It was a great event. You know, Chicago ended up taking it away. They ended up winning. Obviously, Atlanta wasn't playing. I don't know if I mentioned that yesterday. Atlanta has 20 points, which is good because they only played 2 games. And if you win or match or whatever, if you win that match, you get 10 points. So Atlanta has played 2, has won 2. Chicago has Chicago is like 60 right now or something like that. Chicago has a lot, but that's also because Atlanta wasn't playing this week. It was their bye week. And they play, not Atlanta, but the entire event thing. They have an event every 2 weeks. Next week, or they won't have an event, but the week after will be in Atlanta. So obviously Atlanta will be playing, and Chicago will not be. So there's 12 teams, and 4 teams each event won't play. So 4 of the teams out of the 12 won't play each event, and they have it all evened out already. They already have which teams play at which event. So each team will end up playing the same amount of times. It's just they might not play, at this event or that event, but they will still have the same amount of play time and play at each event, or not each event, but they will still play the same amount of times as every other team. Every team plays the same amount of times, so they have, the chance to get the same amount of points. It ended up Chicago and Dallas in the finals. Chicago won 3-0 Dallas, which is the 4th time they've played Dallas and the 4th time they've beat Dallas. So before that, they were talking about how they've already beat Dallas 3 times and how it would be hard for them to beat Dallas 4 times, seeing how Dallas already has all this experience playing against Chicago, and they could probably somehow come up with a strat to win it. Well, Chicago said no and beat him 4 times. 3-0'd him too. 3-0'd him. And this is the 2nd time they played Dallas this event. They played earlier on yesterday, I think, and then they ended up losing to Chicago, obviously. I just killed my teammate. My bad. Well, Chicago's looking strong. I heard FaZe is just looking better than Chicago. Because, if you look at Chicago's searches compared to FaZe's searches, whenever FaZe played Dallas in a search, they ended up 6-0ing Dallas in search. But when Chicago played Dallas, they ended up 6-5 every single time. It was 6-5 when they played Dallas in search. But when FaZe played, it was 6-0. So, FaZe looks better right now, even though Chicago has more points. And I'm hoping that FaZe can pull out the W the next tournament. I'm hoping that they get better than they are, because Chicago definitely is getting better. And by the time we have this next event, I hope FaZe can come out with a win, because Chicago's looking good, and I don't want Chicago to come out with a win. Although I was happy to see Chicago come out with a win. There is my 2nd favorite team, with Subliners, tied with Subliners. The Subliners ended up getting taken out by Paris, and Paris is a team they've already beat before. Subliners beat them the very first day. So, Paris ended up beating them, and then Paris went on to the semifinals against Chicago, and then it was Dallas versus London. So obviously the London crowd was going for London, and then London, I don't like London because London has beat Subliners every single time they played. Kind of like Chicago beating Dallas, except it's their kryptonite. They can't win against London. But Dallas ended up coming back with a reverse sweep. London was up 2 maps. They were up 2 maps, and Dallas came back with 3 maps in a row and reverse sweeped them. So it was good to see London lose. I wasn't a big fan of them. I really didn't like them. The only player I like on the team is Scraps, but that's, because Scraps played on FaZe, and I've met him before. I met him at one of the events at Anaheim. So that was the only player I really like on their team was Scraps. Weskin's okay, but it's really just Scraps on their team that I actually like. So I was kind of happy to see them lose, although I did feel bad for Weskin. He was kind of really devastated. He was sitting there had his head down. And it's cool because all the players from Dallas came over and touched him on the shoulder. A few of them said stuff. They had a good game. The main reason I was happy to see London lose, and the reason I don't really like them is because, well, 1, they're Subliners kryptonite, and 2, they just talk so much crap. And I think my teammate just killed me. So yeah, Paris beat Subliners, and then Dallas beat London. It was London and Dallas in the semifinals. Chicago and Paris in the semifinals. And Paris was looking pretty strong. Chicago ended up having to win 2 search and destroys and then the last domination, which they completely smacked on that last domination. And then in the finals, they beat Dallas and won the whole playing 3-0'd them. Some people were predicting Paris to win because Paris was looking pretty strong. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. It's getting late. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm Nuclear, and I'm out. Peace.